Hello FlossTube friends, and welcome to Needle Notes with Stitcher Trish and her nerdy husband Steven.
Woohoo!
This is episode number 17, and I'm Stitcher Trish, and the guy behind the camera is Steven.
Woohoo!
Is my husband and my producer. So welcome to our home, and we're in central North Carolina, and we're primarily here to talk to you about cross stitch. My hobby, and Steven just has to go along for the ride because he's a wonderful husband.
Woo!
So I have a really exciting finish to share with you all today, and we're just going to jump right in with that. So let me get this up here to show you all the completed series, A Year in the Woods by Cottage Garden Samplings. All 12 of these beautiful animals are finally stitched and finished. I hope to get it to the framers next week. A little bit about this. Cottage Garden Sampling started selling this series, I believe, 2022. And I knew immediately when they came out with the Fox, the first one, that I wanted to do this for our grandson. And 19 months and 15 days later, it is complete. This is a full yard of fabric. It is a 40 count. Driftwood is the name of the color by ToDyeForFabricsNMore, which is an Etsy shop. The entire stitched dimensions of this are 25¼ inches tall by 15 inches wide, and then we'll see how much the framing ends up being on this. But I'm very excited. It's finally done. I used,
So am I.
yeah, for this I used all the called for flosses, everything that was from Cottage Garden Samplings that they said to use, and it worked out well on this fabric, worked out great. I didn't have to switch out any of the colors. I used the prescribed weeks and all the DMC. So very excited to have that finished and framed. I hope for Christmas. If it doesn't make it by Christmas time, it'll be perfectly okay. Our grandson is not quite 4 years old, so if it doesn't show up at his house on Christmas, it'll be okay, because he's going to get some toys of some sort from us anyway.
And
so
it's been a couple of Christmases anyway.
yeah, well, yeah, it was intended to be his birthday last year, but that just didn't happen. Total time it took me, I started it in April of 22 and finished it up last Monday, which was the 27th of November. So it's 19 months and 15 days to get it completed.
Is that all?
That's all. That's all.
It seemed like so much longer.
It did. I got to complaining about animals a little ways through because I have monogamously stitched on this piece.
I hope you've monogamously
Stitched, yes. Just
monotonously, perhaps?
perhaps. Sometimes it was. No, the animals are really a lot of fun. I think if I'd done them, you know, they went pretty quickly. A couple of them I did one in 14 days. I did one of them in 28 and 24 days, but then there was the one that took me 3 months. So I got a little bit of a lull there for a while.
Lots of trees in that one.
Yes, I complained about the trees in the winter scenes. The trees got on my nerves, but it was a fun stitch. I'm very glad that I've done this. I'm excited to gift it to him, even though he probably will not appreciate it for many years to come because he's 3. So if he learns his animals from that, that'll be fantastic. Yeah. So when I finished that up, I was very excited to move on to something that was not animals. So I have one other whip to show you that I've been working on this week. This is the Teresa Kogut Above All, and it's the most traditional type of sampler I've ever stitched on. And I've been working on this one for a long time. I started it before A Year in the Woods, and now I'm just now picking it back up, but this is where I am. I've been working on the lady's dress this week and the little dog at the bottom. So that's where I've gotten on Above All, and I'm going to put it away for a week. I think my new plan is to work 1 week on each of the whips that I have. I have like 4 or 5 whips, and get everything into kind of a rotation just so that I touch everything and get back into doing what I want to do that week. And I don't have a prescribed plan that I follow. I just kind of pick up and stitch what I want to. So those are the things that I have been stitching on forever. I have not made huge stash acquisitions, but I have a few things I'd like to share with you that I have managed to find. Was on Facebook Marketplace wasting time, and found a really great stash sale from a lady a couple hours away north of us in Virginia. So Stephen, as I said, the wonderful husband that he is, embarked on the adventure one Saturday morning. We just got in the car, rode up there, and bought this stash. And in it were some really, really neat things. There were some scroll rods, probably 200 or so skeins of DMC, all carded up on bobbins. Lots of, I got 5 or 6 rolls of Aida in different sizes and different shades, which all will be put to good use at some point. But one of the cool things that was in the stash was a stack of lavender and lace patterns. So these are a variety of the different lavender and laces, and I'll just kind of go through them with you. This is the Angel of Winter. I'm excited to have that. And then the Angel of Spring. And then the Angel of Autumn. The only one I have is the Angel of Summer, which I think will be easy enough to acquire if I decide I want to do that entire series. And these are massive undertakings. These are not lightweight patterns. And then here is the Guardian Angel. I really like this one. It's very, very cool. Change a couple of the flower colors because those oranges aren't my favorite. And then the Angel, Earth Angel, excuse me. So I have a stack of these. I'm, again, very excited to have those in my possession now. And then another really cool find that was in this stash that she didn't take pictures of this when she was selling it. I knew that the lavender and laces were in there and the Aida and that sort of stuff, but I had no idea that this Teresa Wentzler Carousel horse was in the stack of stuff. And when we got up there and met the lady, she pulled this out and said, well, my mom, it's an abandoned project from Mom. And I'm like, what? It's well over 3/4 of the way finished. So yeah, I'm going to finish this and get it cleaned up, and because the Aida's been sitting for a while, there's some spots and stains, but I know how to deal with that. I'm going to get it washed and finish it up myself, and I don't know if it'll be a pillow or if we'll frame it or what we'll do with it, but I have a love of carousels. Now, the story is I can't ride carousels because I get really very, very motion sick, pretty sad. But I grew up in Burlington, North Carolina, just a few miles from here, and Burlington has a Denzel carousel. So I grew up riding this carousel. There's a carousel festival, and it's just a gorgeous menagerie carousel that the city bought in 1946. So carousels are close to my heart because it's a very Burlington thing.
And it's just been restored.
Completely restored, and they've put a glass housing around it now so it's not out in the elements. They've restored it twice in my memory. And redone all the animals. And we've not gone to see it since it's been reopened, but that's on the list to go do. So very, very excited about those finds that were in this really cool box of stash from Facebook Marketplace. So, you know, you never know what you're going to find on Facebook Marketplace and whether or not your purchase ends up being awesome. But this one did for me. I was very, very excited about that. So other things that I have purchased. Again, Facebook gets me in more trouble than we can discuss. If you're on there, I was scrolling and this ad came up from this place called Tapestry Market. And I'm like, okay, is this a scam thing? Is this... Anyway, I did a little research and it seemed that people had reviews that were favorable of this company. So they have the stained glass dragon that I loved. And I'm like, okay, I've got to buy it. It's $20. If I lose $20, I'll recover from that. It'll be okay. So I purchased from Tapestry Market, and I have it in one of my wonderful dragon bags. And I'm going to show you what came in the package from Tapestry Market. So the first thing is they give you option to get the counted version or the stamped version. So I bought the counted version, which comes with gridded Aida. It's very, very stiff, but if I wash that, that'll take care of, well, thing is it's got the lines that wash out, so I've got to be careful about that. I may just have to tolerate the stiff Aida and get over it. And then all of the floss came as well. I'm not going to unwind my card because it took me a while to get it wound up, but all of the floss is contained in it. It is designed for 2 strands of floss. And the pattern, which I can't show you, but there's the pattern. It's folded, it's nicely, it's color coded, well gridded. Instructions as well on how to do cross stitch. I think I'm good with that part. And then this neat little needles and a thimble-like thing in a puff ball so you don't lose it, a needle threader. So I'm excited to get to that at some point. It's probably not something I intend to start immediately, but it's a giant stained glass dragon. It's just gorgeous, and I think it'll be a fun project to get into. So continuing with my dragon theme, because if you've been with us before, you know that I like to stitch dragons. I like dragons in general. I just love the mythical creature. Then my friend Dr. Christie. If you are on FlossTube, you've heard of Dr. Christie, because she's just done so many cool things, and her FlossTube is so much fun to watch. But she came out with her temperature dragon for this year, and of course I had to purchase that. So the temperature dragon that she's designed is, you have like fewer than 27 stitches per day to do. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And she has two colorways. So I've decided I bought the pattern, and I'm going to do the jewel tone colorway, which is going to be fantastic. And get started on that come January 2nd. So I have my floss all put together, and I'm going to do this on a 16 count Aida, which I took care of getting put together, cut, and serged so it doesn't fall apart on me, and plan to start that January the 2nd. So again, very excited to get started on that dragon. For certain is getting started in January. The stained glass one, it may be a while. So last thing that I want to show you is this really cool kit. I was contracted by, and I'm not going to completely screw up this name, it's a Ukrainian company, Povitrulia. Okay, that's spelled P-O-V-I-T-R-U-L-Y-A. This company contacted me and asked if I would be interested in receiving one of their bookmark kits and showing that on FlossTube. And I was like, absolutely, I would love to do that. So they sent me all the information to order it from Amazon, and reimbursed me for the order. And I'm going to do an unboxing of this kit and show it to you all. And I'm going to stitch this because I love all the things about Day of the Dead. It's just, I think, one of the most brilliant remembrances of your family ever. So here's what the kit comes. This is how it comes from the Amazon. And I just sliced the top off of it so I could get it out. And so let's see how this works. All right, so everything is contained in the envelope. Lots of instructions. As I open it up, it's a giant page of instructions, and that's the pattern, so let's not show that part there. Close that back up. But you can see on the back, all the stitching instructions are here. And here's a piece, two pieces. Feels like it's two. Yes, two pieces of Aida for your bookmark. And all the floss, all labeled so you can match to the pattern. And some more information on free embroidery kits and a way to scan to their information. And again, this is a Ukrainian company, and I've been on their website, and they have tons of different bookmarks. If you're a Harry Potter fan or Avengers, or I mean, for every interest out there, I think Star Wars, they got tons of Star Wars bookmarks, all kinds of stuff. But it's a nice Aida. Wow, it is at least a 20 count. I think. I would guess that it's a 20 count. And all the instructions here on how to do it, how to do the edging on it, which I'm assuming they tell you to do that first. If not, that's what I plan to do so it won't ravel on me. But I'm not going to read the instructions while you're watching me. So, and then again, the pattern's on the other side, so I cannot show you that. But yeah, it's a nice kit. And I mean, they're not super expensive. They're affordable. Little kits would be great for beginners because it's not stitch heavy. I mean, most of the stitches you can see in this one are in the hair of the sugar skull. So yeah, nice little kit. So I will keep you abreast of how this develops as I work on this, because I'll probably stitch this. I put it in my little travel bag and take it with me to doctor's appointments and those kinds of things. And that one may even go with me on the bus because I can see it without my magnifiers. So little bit of I want to get through all the stitching stuff first, and then visit with you for a few moments. Just it's been a while since we've had time to do a video, and mostly it's not really a time issue. It's been a Trish didn't want to do a video because I didn't feel like I had any content because I was stitching one thing. So Stephen shakes his head at me. But we've been very busy. This summer we had a great trip to New York. Like I said, we live in Central North Carolina, so we caught Amtrak in Greensboro and rode the train all the way to New York and had a great time. Enjoyed the train ride, touring the city. I wore Stephen out every day, walked his feet, slam off his legs, it felt like.
She tried to kill me at one point.
Yeah, going to see the cloisters. Yeah, because it's all uphill from where we took the we took the subway out there, and then uphill to the cloisters. But
we didn't realize that there was a bus that let out right at the door.
Unfortunately, we took the bus back, but getting to the cloisters is an uphill walk, and then.
But it's worth it.
Oh, it was so worth it. I think we could have spent another 4 hours just in that museum alone. And we went to the Met Museum. I could have spent another 2 days in there as well. We had a blast doing that, and then took the Amtrak sort of back home. There's a long story attached to the
lots of New York food.
Yeah, New York food. It was. I'd been in New York 3 or 4 times before, but I think it was your first time since you were tiny.
Yeah.
Since you were a little kid. So we had a great time doing that, and the train we really enjoyed. So there will be another train ride in our future.
Possibly cross country.
Yeah, maybe. If we can figure out how to make it work, we may do the transcontinental, one of the two that leave out of Chicago. So we'll see how that evolves. Many of you, if you've been with us, you know that I am a retired high school band director. And one of the cool things about being a retired high school band director is people sometimes call you and have you do contract work. So I've gotten to do a lot of judging this fall, fair amount of judging last spring, and I had a couple of honor band opportunities recently that were a lot of fun, where kids audition for these spots, and you put together these bands of audition kids from all different schools, and you get to work with them, and it's just a blast. It's a lot of fun. So we've gotten to do that. Stephen is still teaching at our local high school. He is a teacher's assistant there for the Exceptional Children's Department, and still having fun dealing with the ins and outs of the high school kids and the frivolity that comes along with that.
Yeah, frivolity.
I'm the positive spin on teaching high school. He has been doing some beading work. He makes jewelry and has been doing some cutting out of fabrics to make some stoles, and trying in some graphic design work for a local nonprofit. So he's keeping himself busy as well. In my retirement, my part-time job is driving motor coaches for one of our local tour companies around here. I've not been out on the road as much this fall because I've moved into a training role, which is fun for me. I love teaching, and teaching adults is a new experience for me. So I'm having a good time with that. That being said, I get to go to Orlando next week. A 3-coach move we're doing, taking one of the high school bands from the middle part of the state down to Orlando for their big performance at Disney. So looking forward to that, and all of the fun that comes with having a 4-year-old, 3.5-year-old grandson at Christmas time. So we're gearing up for all of that, and we're doing well and having a great time. So one more thing, and we'll let you go on with things. We have a Etsy shop, and I have lots of bags that are in there. I make the bags, and Stephen makes zipper pulls that goes on them. Our bags are very reasonably priced. There are some vinyl front bags, and there are some just normal zipper pocket bags, and they're all $25 and under. And they are the standard size 14 by 11 bags. And our Etsy shop is Foreverusneedleraft. Please feel free to check that out if you're looking for gifts for your favorite stitcher, or gifts for yourself, because you're probably your favorite stitcher. If not, you should be. So we really appreciate you spending some time with us, and it's very important that that I thank you for spending time with us, because there's so many wonderful floss tubes out there. We hope that you're doing great and having a wonderful holiday season. And you all take care and enjoy your stitching. Bye-bye.